Oof, almost fell.
Jolly. I've been making GPUs the past week. That's all I do.
Fair enough.
What happened here? Looks around, sees nothing. Hmm.
Have you been Chessington? What has been up to in city?
I just said it. Just making GPUs. That's about it. I've been
Being you. Okay.
I've been trying to make the Buckcoin farm up north. Trying to work on that.
Wait, up north, there's another place?
Yeah, it's like 60 Buckcoin a day right now.
Ooh.
One of Jordan's warehouses.
Wait, I'm confused. Why not put it all in one?
It's getting pretty full.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, the one on Innocent.
Wait, it can get full? Is there a max?
Kinda like there's a power limit, and then also like the more heat we have, the more Buckcoin you're losing.
Oh.
So it gets to a point where it's good to have two probably instead of just one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did Flipper ever tell you how much the electricity is?
I think it's like the one up north's like 60K, I think.
Yeah, well, Flipper's never actually seen the electricity bill because there's an issue where the prior owners are getting billed.
Sick.
But you want to know the cost
How much?
for the Innocence warehouse, where the only thing is the electricity for the Buckcoin farm? Hold on. So last month was only 158 grand. And then, well, no, the month before last, and then the most recent one was 207 grand. And he never got those bills because the prior owner did.
That's crazy.
What I don't get is
it's
it's
solar panels though.
I don't. Do you realize how much?
It's a
What do
lot of
solar
power.
panels
It's
produce?
like 2,800 power that one's using. I don't know, to be honest. The power stuff's confusing.
It's so like strangely inconsistent because it's not like for example, I'm pretty sure I get the bills for the Carson warehouse that Jordan gave to me or put in my name so I could do the business proposal, and I get the bills, but Oakley gets Ledson's old warehouse bills. The prior owner of the Innocence warehouse gets the bills instead of Flipper. I don't get it.
My God, Raul, bro, you looking sexy today.
You know me.
Wait, so who's paying us?
Thank God you fucking shut up, you goddamn bum.
Me or Ryan?
Yeah, who? I can't
I'm
tell who
fucking
you're
talking
looking at.
about Raul.
Wait, what the
Oh.
fuck?
Yes, fuck around.
Alan, that's fucked up that you would assume us.
Yeah, I know, bro.
When don't we show up?
I feel like both of you show up pretty often.
The only reason I wasn't here last week was because I was busy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
You're such a charitable man, Ryan. I
Oh
love
my
you.
God, thank you. I almost said I'm taken. I think I might be. I don't know.
No.
I mean, Reed did say he loved me when I gave him the money to get the hot plate thing.
Ryan, you playing today?
Yeah, in like 11 hours.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
holy
Mine,
fuck.
mine's in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
11 hours yours is.
yeah, I hate my life.
I'm
Right,
playing
mine,
this tomorrow.
Oh, and
Mine is in
then
10, I
and then
think.
my team 12 hours after that has to play again.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, you guys are playing against us tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Wait, who's in your lineup?
I don't know who's playing tomorrow. Today it's hold on.
Think carefully, Ryan. Very
I
carefully.
think Tati said that it was like you.
Me, Tati, Oakley. Hold on. I did.
Bro, their team. Holy fuck, their team. It looks like a vibe.
That's because we are a vibe. We
Nika,
might
you have any
be
team
the
notes for Sergio?
baddies, but we're really the Demure
Grab what?
Divas.
Are you playing today?
No, I play tomorrow.
Okay.
I got nothing, big dog.
The map today actually kind of fun. Breeze fracture.
Yeah, we're playing Sunset tomorrow. I don't like Sunset.
I would do unspeakable things to avoid that shit.
What, Fracture?
That piece of
Worst
shit called
map.
Fracture.
Oh, I love that. That's like one of my favorite maps.
I think it's Sunset and Pearl tomorrow or something.
Oh, you
That's
know
not bad
what?
either.
Yeah, I'm busy that day.
They literally chose all the 4 dog shit maps and like here play them for 1 week.
No, you're capping. Fracture's a good map. Pearl's pretty decent. Sunset's not bad. There's worse.
I hate
Icebox.
Sunset. Sunset's terrible.
Breeze is absolute fucking dog shit.
True.
I'm still on my cooldown period. I think I got too hot on game 1, you know? Or day 1.
Bro, Ryan, they made a highlight video and half the highlight video was you killing people.
Wait, really? Wait, where's this?
Well, maybe not half of it, but yeah, they made a highlight video of like the week 1.
I need to see this.
Yeah, you were in most of it, like a lot of it.
Chat, where's the highlight video?
Where was this posted?
Fucking hell, guys. I know there's a lot of people that have like shit to do today.
I do want to
Either
see,
are
yes.
traveling or are currently doing the charity stuff.
I'm here.
What's up, yo? What was it I wanted to talk about? Well, actually, does anyone want to say something? No. Okay.
Jordan told me something about legislation or something.
Yeah, that's something I think JJ might be awake. I want to talk to you, Alan, and JJ about it.
You can post it now, Winter.
Does anyone give a fuck anything about mayor shit?
No.
Only if it fucks me over.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I'll be honest. Bro, Nino, that guy be talking so goddamn much. Like, he forms like 18 different sentences just to say one thing, and that's honestly it's hard to keep track of sometimes. But I've had a few talks with him in the last couple of weeks, and he's pretty much told me that like at first he was trying to do a lot of changes for the city. A lot of people have been going against him, even though they're like not really communicating with him about stuff. So he said to me yesterday that he's pretty much tired of trying to work with a lot of people, and he's gonna kind of only work with the people that kind of got him in the position he's in, the people that he knows that got him votes. So he's pretty much told me that like if we ever have issues with any of the legislation stuff, that like he's willing to like either explain the reason or change the wording and stuff or do whatever just to make sure that like we understand that he's not like trying to fuck everybody over. Listen, this guy Nino is like, I'm like pretty biased towards him, to be honest. So like if you guys have issues with like anything he says or whatever, you can like let me know if you think I'm being biased. But like he's like pretty much like my day one in the sense where like, you know, ever since I was like fucking Avago, Nino was always like pretty close to Speedy. So like I got pretty close to Nino a long time ago. So I tend to believe a lot what he says, and when he tells me he's not looking to fuck us over, I believe it. He pretty much explained a lot of his reasonings, but as far as like you guys go, like Ryan and Alan, he explained the whole like reason that he is asking for money for boots and stuff is essentially, from the way he worded it, is old mayor Max he ran things very poorly apparently. And only reason what he was able to do in the past was because the bank stuff, I don't know, they had a lot of bank issues. So apparently a lot of like they would never have money problems because a lot of money that was supposed to be going out didn't go out because they're using the wrong bank account for the mayor's office.
Oh.
So the city was able to function when the city should have been in the red the whole time. So when he took over, they ended up giving him the proper you know bank account. So now like if he does a lot of stuff, like he actually goes in the red pretty heavily. And the reason he's trying to take money from people here and there on stuff is like he wants to be able to do things like I guess they want to start like AirX possibly in the future somewhere up north. And like if they want to buy a plane, for example, that obviously the city needs money to be able to get like a civilian plane and start things like that. Is like the way he was like justifying it.
Your voice.
Mr. Roboto.
So he told you how he wanted to take 10% of everyone's profit, right?
Okay, from what he told me, it's either like okay. Someone told me that he wanted to take 10%, but like he's telling me that it was two options, and for people like us who are constantly opening up the shop, it's not going to be that big of a deal. He said he wants to take 10% or 50K.
So what JJ was told
on a weekly
and what
basis.
so what JJ was told and what JJ read is 50K and the tax and the 10%.
Yes, when he was he talked to me yesterday about it, and the way he was wording it, like he again, I wasn't like fully listening to this because I didn't know JJ or you guys had issues with it or how big of an issue it was. But when he told me yesterday, my understanding was he's only going to be taking either 10% or 50K. Like his biggest goal is he also wants to run people out of business that aren't actually working, opening up their boots, consistently. That's like the biggest reason he's doing it. He wants to like, like fuck them.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I guess,
mean, the
but
50K thing makes sense. Yeah.
But that's also gonna like make it so that other people aren't gonna open booths if they have to pay 50 grand and can't even get all their shit sorted. There's no way someone can immediately buy a booth with no prior connections and actually get it up and running in that period of time and make money. Not unless you have like a supplier lined up. And like the sushi shop, that thing is dead. Has anyone heard of the logistics around it? It's insane.
Yeah. I mean,
that place will permanently be closed.
I mean, they've been opening pretty consistently now. Whenever, like in the mornings or on these times, I'm pretty sure they've been opening up now. But I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm assuming most people, I feel like I agree with you in the sense where like if Boots just had opened up like today, maybe that's the case. But like, bro, people
most of them have owned them for a while.
They've owned them for a long time, and they've been fucking. They rented them for like 3 months or 4 months, or 5 months, or whatever. Like the max is, you could hold them for a long time now. So
you also get that leeway to re-rent it.
Yeah, so people couldn't lose them anymore. And I'm assuming if someone wants to buy one from someone, like they probably are gonna try to like figure that stuff out, right? I don't know. I kind of agree, but I think Boots have been around long enough where that probably won't be too much of an issue.
Did you hear about Ledson, how he's holding that coffee shop hostage or some shit?
No.
Wait, is he?
He's holding. Apparently, JJ told me he's holding like something hostage where they haven't opened, and then JJ said, "I'll buy it from you," and then like he tried to offer JJ like 2 mil for the coffee shop or some shit.
What?
Oh, that's because he doesn't want to get rid of it. I mean, when he first got
he's
it,
holding the hostage or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's the reason that he like
holding
a hostage is kind of like,
That's a good question. You're gonna ask him.
Well, I think at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter because I'm gonna be real. If you're a drink only stall, that fucking blows.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to you when you can get drinks other places and food all in one. People are creatures of habit and convenience. There's a reason the damn vending machines don't have cheap food no more.
Yeah.
Because
think
then
JJ
people would
JJ
avoid senior
proposed-
buns.
I think JJ proposed a thing to Let's and said, we'll give you food in exchange for coffee, so you can sell food out your booth, and we can sell coffee at ours. But I don't know what's happened since then. You know what I mean? Like if food exchange.
Yeah,
for
that'd be
coffee
pretty
exchange-
good.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's happened with that, but yeah.
Yeah. As far as the boot stuff, I don't want to like yap about that. We'll talk about it on the side. But just in general, for everybody else, like if you guys have like any issues at all, like when it comes to like mayor stuff, let me know. And I don't know if you think he's doing shit like that's fucking us or that you're not happy about, just let me know and then we can talk about it. Because he's more than willing to communicate with me and work on stuff.
So don't kill Nino with Alan.
Yes.
Yeah, the
He
shit
came
I've
down
been
here on
hearing, that
smoke
guy's been
saying,
pissing
I'm
me off,
killing
bro.
Nino, I'm killing Nino. Raul, you riding out with me or what? I said, of course, you know me. But
If I was
no?
riding out on Nino, you're the last person I'd
Alan
bring
wanted
out.
to file taxes as well yesterday.
Yeah,
and
bro.
2
I'm
days
gonna.
ago.
That's what I was saying. If this, I'll talk about it later, Flip. I'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna file for tax return basically if it gets to it.
But how you get return?
Expense everything you buy
Expense
for the
everything
shop.
I buy for the shop, and I'm gonna do dividends as well. All the money that I take out goes back into the shop, and he's gonna prove otherwise. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
we'll talk about that later, Ryan. Don't worry.
All right.
I don't know. That's pretty much it when it comes to the whole mayor shit. But what he did ask, I don't know if there's already voting going on, but he did ask for us like he needs like our help to like make sure whatever he proposes. Oh, also okay, so like he said we're gonna be in like some kind of council or some shit like where if there's ever legislation he wants to pass that he'll like have like he'll give it to me and have me read it over and like this is like 1 or 2 weeks before he actually tries to pass it and if we ever want to word it differently or want to change it or unhappy or have concerns then he's willing to talk to us about it. So pretty much
So we have a
vote for
mayor in our
him.
pocket, is what you're saying.
Kind of, yes. Like he's willing to work with us with anything we have. He's gonna try to treat people right, the few people that he knows that for sure voted for him.
Did I vote for him?
I don't know.
No, I'm asking you. Did I voted
Oh,
for
yeah,
him?
yeah. Oh, I definitely voted for him. Yes.
Did you guys all vote for him?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We discussed it at the booth too.
So we'll talk. Yeah, I don't know.
How's everything else going?
I'll be honest, it's been pretty slow overall.
Yeah, I know. Every time I try to wake up, I can't do nothing with my pockets, and then there's not much you can do. So that's why you haven't seen me around.
Yeah, I think that ain't gonna be a thing anymore. Apparently, so we'll
Yeah, I know. I'm glad.
see.
Well,
Goodness.
hopefully, knock on wood.
Knocking,
Knocking, knocking.
knocks.
Hey, Flippy, I was trying to say something about the Nino thing because
Yeah, what's up?
I think Nino's full of shit. But did you talk to Snow about the? You said something about Nino mentioned RX, right?
Yeah, like they want to
You
start
know-
up outdoor some shit.
Yeah, it's already been sorted.
Yeah.
Hi, JJ.
Snow's already been selected for it. And I think it's with Andy.
Yeah, I
Shit,
think.
lot 28.
See, I think it's gonna. Okay, like my thing is right. I think everyone's gonna have a different opinion on it. For example, also, I don't know exactly what he told me.
Okay.
But he said something about like Leah Strong,
Oh my
Andy
God.
Jones, and like 2 other names are like going against him randomly and trying to contest like all the legislation shit he's trying to, all the business stuff he's trying to do and stuff like that, like without communicating with them. So like, I don't know. If you ask me, it's probably just ego about 2 mayors are gonna fucking be fighting with stuff. To be honest.
I just think he's very good at doing what you said, speaking an awful lot and getting you lost in his words to where it almost becomes believable.
Yeah. No, like I said when the meeting started, right? Like I'm not fucking stupid, and I know I'm probably gonna be a bit biased towards it. But the one thing more than anything is I feel like 80% of these fucking mayors that have been in this city for the past 10 years are fucking useless and dog shit. They'll sit there and say that they're gonna do things, but most of them don't even do anything. Like, don't pass anything useful or in any way. The reason I'm giving Nino such a benefit of the doubt kind of thing is he's like the only mayor that's actually trying to push shit, which maybe it can fuck us in the future, but I feel like he's actually trying to do things, which is like a good thing.
Well, not only that, but like you don't really have another choice, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you don't agree with something, guess what? It's still gonna happen. You might as well be on their good side for the, for what little you can get if things don't go well.
Yeah, well, I'm intrigued to see how he responds to the fee situation with the boost. I think that'll be a big teller.
I don't know if they worded it poorly or JJ had maybe been misunderstood or maybe they.
But he's
I don't
here.
Know.
We should ask him.
Yeah, get over here, JJ.
Did you get on the table? Get to the table, mate.
JJ, you fucking say anything that goes in this meeting, bro, I'm gonna take you to the water, bro, and cut your fucking head off. All right? Thank you so much, bro.
So what happened?
Yeah, what happened with this 50K and 10% thing or whatever? Because like I told you when I talked to Nino yesterday, again I didn't press him on it because I didn't know it was an issue and like the way you said it or anything. But when I talked to him, he told me that it was either 10% or 50K.
Okay, so when before I had a meeting with Nino, I had a meeting with Tilly because she asked me to meet her and like give her information about the food plaza and other shops and everything. And so
speak up.
Sorry. She said that they're trying to push the 50,000 a week thing because they wanna like kind of force people to open their booths and make money because some people are quote unquote taking the hostage of the booths. She was mainly talking about the coffee shop, which I was like, okay, I guess. And then when the legislation rolled out, there was a 50,000 a business license, 50,000 every week, and 10% every 2 weeks of the net profit. Eh? And then Nino called me yesterday and wanted to meet me, and he said that 50,000 can be put as an expense towards the 10%. So if that would be the case, then how is it gonna? Yeah, but how is it gonna force people to open? If you can just write off the expense of 50,000. So
wait, you're right.
Like, hey, just so you guys know, Nino just woke up. It's gonna come down. We might as well just ask questions if we have it right now.
All right. Well, anyone have food? I'm about to die.
Fuck you, bro.
Just die,
All
honestly.
right. Fair enough. It is what it is, guys.
Is he coming out, Flip?
Store owners in here and workers and not a single piece of food going. What's going on?
Let me see if the guy's coming here.
I got some pills for you if you want him.
Just give me something, bro. I need to eat something. Something needs to be digested.
There you go.
There you go.
Yep, this will do.
Here.
This guy's getting charity right now.
There you go. Some crayons.
I can't eat this.
JJ and Ryan, come up.
Oh.
Are you bringing him in or are we coming out?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, never mind. Never mind, he's coming in. Never mind.
Wait, he's coming in here?
I think so. Yep.
Yeah.
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, good.
Well,
How are
messed up.
you?
I'm doing pretty good. Not too bad. Just waking up.
Good morning.
So, do you want me to just kind of kick it off?
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background because there's been a lot of fuckery going around as well as a lot of rumors. The plan of my administration from the very beginning is to make sure that we can enable businesses and new opportunities throughout the city. And that is to back the people that voted me in. At the end of the day, listen, I don't got a crew to lean back on, right? I've got some affiliations. People do things for me, right? But that's out of goodwill. And at the end of the day, it's people like yourself that voted me in, not the fucking police department. Now, I think the fact of the matter is, I spent the first 2 weeks in office dealing with fucking PD bullshit. I'm not even going to get into that, but I do not wish that exercise on anybody because it is literally like torture. The vast majority are fucking self-serving and have made my life a fucking misery. From the moment I stepped off that plane and started campaigning, I was labeled as Chain Gang, straight from the fucking horse's mouth. Now, I know those guys, like I know you guys and a couple other crews, but that's the kind of narrative that started to get spun. So where does that kind of land us with this legislation? Last weekend, Friday to Sunday, me and my team went and wrote 20 pieces of legislation, spending 15 hours a day to make sure that we can make up for the 6 months, 7 months of drought. This includes, and I'm going to go through all of it, just kind of make note of this because I don't know which pieces of legislation you're going to be most interested in. The material reserve, protections for people whose masks are faces, 3 pieces of legislation for new businesses and taxes. We then got the airspace legislation. All of this is on the City Hall, by the way. Airspace, air marshals, and pilot license. This is the civilian airlines license. Pet licenses, so people can get pets. Police quality of life, which allows subsidies. So the PD would get free repairs, free food, and then those businesses would get the money back plus 20%. Automated toll tariffs, which is tolls on the highways for those that may be leaving the city. That's to enable people doing bullshit. Necessary violence legislation that protects civilians who let's say you got a civ friend of yours. They're in the middle of a fucking shootout. They pick up a fucking gun and hold it up so that they don't fucking die. That person doesn't end up going to jail because they tried to protect themselves. Social Committee of Los
Someone just
Santos
said, "Oh my
Police
God, it's
Department.
for me."
That's for Peach. That's for her to do fucking potties and shit. Anti-Extradition Act, which allows civilians of Los Santos who are arrested in Los Santos to refuse transport to Blaine County and be treated like a bag of money. And the Los Santos Public Photography and Video Ordinances, and that is there to enable higher tier of news jobs. So you can actually report and the cops can't just come up to you and be like, leave the area, because that doesn't mean anything. They got to tell you you got to go across the street, but can't make you leave an area that you need to document.
Okay, out of everything you said, I think there's only listen, the truth is I don't know, I feel like in most cases mayors are dog shit, and we kind of don't ever really need mayors, right? Mayors have never affected me or really helped me very much in the past, but there's 2 things that there is somewhat concerns about. That's why I kind of wanted you here, because I'll be honest, I'm telling them I'm biased towards you because I've known you for a long time, but so I want them to ask any questions and then you answer them with whatever you feel.
Absolutely.
How do food stall stuff work?
Yeah.
I can absolutely explain that. So the way that the food stall stuff works is, as you probably seen, there's a lot of stalls that currently have over different periods of time been completely vacant. There's a stall that pretty much has been owned, I think is going to be owned until March 2025, and then another one where they're asking for $2 million, some don't open up, etc., etc. As far as I'm concerned, your stall, Frank's, the taco shop, and Slime Shack, and they're trying to open back up, I think, this week, are the ones that are running it properly. You guys got food you got the people making the fucking vegetables, and then you're selling at a price that makes sense, and you're making money. But
We
the
haven't
problem
changed
is
our
on the
price once.
That's perfect. The problem is that there's stalls that are vacant and people are sitting on it. So the way that we solve this is
He's
by
not wrong.
saying, okay, every week there's a $50,000 tax, and then there's the normal 10% tax that goes across every single business, regardless of what it is. Now,
why the 10%?
now-
I'm confused.
and I'm gonna explain that. The reason the system it's been made that way is so that if a stall is dog shit, they're fucked. If they're literally not opening and just sitting there because they want to pretend that they own a fucking restaurant, but they open 2 hours a week, they're gonna bleed out $50,000 a week. Now, for folks like yourself that have a functioning stall, all of that money is gonna come back through subsidies. We did a test run with the PD at the taco stall, right? And in 2 days they garnered $25,000 with only getting one meal a day. So what I'm telling you is that you guys, and I can promise you this, all right, are not going to lose money from that 50,000. You are at least going to get that 50,000 back.
No. I know the 50k ain't the problem. The 50k is not the problem in this whole situation. My problem is the 10%. Why do you want to take 10% of all profits?
What, like across all businesses or like on top
I
of?
don't care about other businesses. I care about my business. I'm speaking for my business. Why do you want to take 10% of my business?
Explain to me. Okay.
Yep.
When you told me about this, you told me it's gonna be you have the option between 50K or 10%. Is that
Correct? Yes, it is the greater of the two. So it's like if let's say you garner
not bad.
$1 million, right? Then that 50,000 doesn't count because you're already paying like 51,000, 62,000, whatever the number is. Does that make sense?
10% is 100k.
If 50,000 is the floor.
So you just 10% is 100k.
Correct.
So then,
are you asking if you have to pay both or just one of them?
No. What
I'm
asking you for the clarification. Is it one or is it both?
It's the greater of the two.
No, brother. Stop.
No.
Is it one or is it both?
But he is answering it. Bro? Alan,
Is it the
dumb?
greater? No. Bro, I'm not Riddle Master, right? This ain't fucking Batman. Is it? Am I paying 50k or am I paying 10%?
If you make over 500,000, then it's 10%.
If I make 1.1 million, he's gonna take 110k.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
but not
fucking stupid.
110 and 50.
No. Okay, that's fine. So then, why am I getting punished for making more money than a fucking booth that's not making more money?
But that's how percent work.
If a booth doesn't run, right, you're saying they're gonna have to pay 50k because they haven't been working for fucking 2 weeks, yeah? They only have to pay 50, but because I've got my booth under control and I have my employees working and I've got people running my business, I then get punished the extra 70k because I made more money.
I don't think the argument should be like you're getting punished. I think the issue is that I know what you're trying to do, Nino, but it's kind of backwards, right? You're kind of fucking the people that are active and got their stalls like pushing out product constantly. Is there not some other way to like navigate shutting down these inactive businesses
so
than taxing the people that are doing actual work?
That's a good question. So the
I actually agree with
50,000
Nino
is
here.
to prevent the former.
I agree.
10%
I agree.
needs to be
I agree with
applied to
Nino.
every business in the city, whether it's a
And there's a
stall, whether
reason.
it's
I'll
a mechanic
explain.
shop, whatever it is. Now, I think the big question here is why the 10%, right? That's not going into my pocket. The reality of the matter is that the only time the city is really making money is when real estate pops up. When real estate pops up, a lot of those sales end up in our budget, but that only allows us to like push up like materials and like boost prices for shit for very limited pieces of time. And I want you to try to picture how bad it is. The previous administration was able to max out everything, max payments on everything. PD pay was 3,500, sanitation was maxed out, all this shit. But the reason that they were able to do that is because the money was coming out of like a fucking offshore account and pretty much like an unlimited fund. 3 days after I got into office, all of that changed. And we started with like 900,000. And as soon as we did a single Sandy Saturday, and then left it like at 25% throughout the week, it cost us 33% of the total budget. We had $900,000 left in the account. Now, that 10% that we're currently asking for is the starting percentage, right? I have no way to know how much money is being generated through every business in the city. So I have to make a guesstimate to get money that's going to pay for like the civilian like training airplane or pay for like shit that other people want to do in the city. If someone wants to make like a new business that doesn't have something in it and we need a way to pay them, that's the only way to do that. It's kind of the difference between either we can bring things to the city and pay people to do like more interesting shit, or we have $0 in the state account and we can't do anything at all. So it really is a matter of like, we either tax all the businesses or we don't tax any. Now, if you think 10% is too much, I can tell you right now, we have the ability to change that. 10% was just the starting number. If it turns out that you guys are printed so much and like we need to reduce it, that is why everything's split up. So we can go and say, all right, listen, we need to bring the tax amounts down to like 6%, whatever, right? We can do that.
I have a question. How are you gonna prove how much profit a business makes? What's stopping someone from lying?
Well, that's where the fun is, right? Transparently, here's one thing to keep in mind. The people that shut down all this legislation, a couple things happen, and this is going to answer your question, Alan, is when we posted all this shit, there was a system in place that would allow us time to actually talk to you guys and everybody and allow these things to be altered. Instead, on my day off, one of the justices went to the food court, was convinced by Ursula to change the fucking legislation right there and then Blaine County, Andy Jones, and fucking Ursula repealed everything. So even putting the 10% aside, and I'm going to tell you why this is important. I woke up in the morning to a fucking email saying everything's up for vote. And there's already a narrative being spun as to things being snuck in. I spoke to Blaine County, and they told me that they want to control all this shit. They want even more rules to prevent what you are trying to imply, Alan, which is, how do you know how much business I'm making? That's however you want to do the book.
Now, do we get business accounts?
Correct.
You're saying we do get business accounts?
You will, yes.
Okay.
But I can't do it. But all the yeah, you got business accounts. As far as I understand it, as soon as that business gets approved, there's going to be like a business account with your name on it.
So I have to make a business. I have to request a business thing.
Correct.
Okay.
There are currently 14 businesses that are active. I get where you're coming from, Alan, right? Nobody wants taxes, right? Like, why would you want to pay it if you don't have to? But the fact of the reality is that we can either advance Los Santos for everybody, or it just becomes the status quo, right? Yeah, Same shit, wait for something. But if it's too much, I'm down to reduce it. I want you to keep that in mind.
Increase the sales tax on the food sold so that, that doesn't reflect on us, and then just take the $50,000 a week.
I would love to do that, but there's no way for me to do that.
Do you make?
But those are things we can. But those are things we can explore. Look, here, the fact of the matter is, right? Like, my team we tried to do the best job that we could over the weekend, so we can start with businesses this weekend. The shit would have passed. And if there's any problems with the legislation, we can change it as things happen, right? So even with what you suggested, I'm down to try that. But the problem we're facing right now is the legislation is never going to be perfect for everybody, right? But I got to start somewhere to even be able to approve new businesses and get started. And if this fails, we gotta wait for like an entire fucking month.
Oh, that's
So where
rough.
does the tax go that you pay when you buy food? So, for instance, you go and buy a meal and you pay $100 tax. Where does that land? Does that land in your office?
I have no idea. Like literally, our manuals have no explanations. It's
and then what about the money that I paid to rent the booth? The initial payment.
I have no idea.
I think that maybe that might help your funding, no? If you that shit got sorted.
If any of the current funding was enough, we wouldn't have had 900,000 in the account.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you found out where the money went from, A, where I rent my booth, and B, where people in the entire city pay their fucking 20% tax when anything they buy, that might help out, you know?
You're not wrong. The problem and the reality is that I have very limited access to construction.
Okay, and then another point I make is so let's say this we do this 10% thing, whatever. So am I going to be able to get tax return and dividends through the state?
Dividends?
I don't know if that's where I'm from thing, but it's good dividends. It's money that I take out the business that goes back into the business, which is tax free.
Wait, ask the question again.
Do I get to submit tax returns?
Yes.
And tax deductions on dividends.
Correct.
All right, cool.
Literally,
hey,
you can. So listen, we're safe here, right? There's no cops. Listen, you can cook the fucking books however you want. It was written that particular way. Some of the shit is made in language so you guys can look. The material shit, the business shit. If you want to fucking funnel money through there, that is literally why I wrote it that way. Now, obviously, that opens you up for investigations and shit like that, but these fucking bozos have more eyes on me than they do on anyone in the fucking city, which is why they don't win any fucking court cases. You want to tell me that you only made like fucking 200,000? Just tell me that you're making enough that it makes your business look good if you want to do that. At the end of the day, I'm not the one who's going to go to the authorities because you guys voted me the fuck in. All right? But if there's some fucking dumb fuck, yeah, maybe I might go like, wait, why is this guy only giving me $50,000?
Poor JJ.
Does that make sense, Alan?
No, that's cool. Yeah, I can do the books. That'll be fun. I mean, if that's the case and you don't really care, then yeah, shit.
I literally do not care. The thing is, I have to push this stuff in a way that makes sense, right? If I'm pushing legislation, which is like, hey, by the way, I'm not going to tax any of the, what do you call it? I'm not going to tax any of the food stalls. Now, all of a sudden, I got fucking marshals up my ass. Any other questions about like the food stalls and shit like that? Look,
No,
I want to rein this in, right? There is no rug pull here. You guys, along with a handful of other groups, are the ones that voted me in. If you guys want to stop everything that I'm doing, you have the power to do that. What the fuck am I going to do?
JJ,
If you have issues, you can bring it up to me at any point.
So, when I had a meeting with Tilly, right, the 50,000, as you said, was to like motivate businesses to be open, right? Because they're gonna be bleeding money.
Anything that Tilly told you, she's with all, I fuck with Tilly, but she's our executive assistant, and so she, I don't know what she said, but she, you want to go to myself, Michael Oraz, or Mina.
Okay.
They're the most in there for answering COC questions.
All right, but so anyway, it's supposed to motivate businesses to be open, right? But is there any like how do you know they are not gonna just keep the business shut and they're just gonna pay from their personal money the 50,000 a week just to keep the business hostage anyway?
Well, that JJ, that's because the only thing people care about is money. And when they're getting bled dry, what? Wait, what'd you say, Miguel?
I know what you're trying to say, Ron, but 50K is a small sum just to keep a business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's 200 grand
You say that,
a month.
But like, who the fuck is actually gonna want to keep a booth paying 200K a month?
and they're gonna have to get a business license on top of that.
Yeah, you make them put an effort and bleed their wallet. That really is the only thing that's going to make someone give it up.
Okay.
But this kind of also goes back to, look, if any of the shit doesn't work, right, we can update the legislation. Like, I don't even know if some of this shit's gonna work. These are all best attempts, and then we see how it plays out. If there's holes that are affecting any of the voter base, we change it. If 50K is not enough and we got a better idea, we change it.
I mean, I don't know, Alan. I don't think this is like necessarily fucking you guys, right? But like, I mean, listen, you guys make good money from this booth, right? Like on a weekly basis. I don't think this will fuck you over, but like, why not make the minimum like 100K a week or something? Since you guys are gonna be going way over the 100K a week anyways to begin with, because you guys are making good money, right? Like,
well, I mean, now that he's saying that I can re-expense everything and get my money back for everything, I don't care what the number is.
Okay, that's literally not what I asked.
No. But what I'm saying, what I'm telling you is,
okay, but I'm mostly talking about other businesses that could possibly, hold these places hostage. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying, like, if the goal is to fuck over these people who are just having these boots but not actually working here, like, I don't know, do you think it's the worst thing in the world to increase the 50K to, I don't know, 75K or something?
I mean,
is that not a solution? Like,
you could do that, but you might fuck over other businesses that are actually trying. That's the I feel like I think would be fucked up. Some people are actually trying to run a business.
Why do you care about other businesses though?
I mean, that's true.
What's
I mean, that's
your
what
whole
I'm saying.
argument? Literally,
I mean, I just said 2 seconds ago. I don't care what the number is, because if I can get my tax return back.
Yeah, we understand what you said 2 seconds ago, but when Flippy asked you
And
that
that's
question,
it. But then that's it. Yeah. Then
other businesses. So.
Well, then I don't care. There you go.
If you could put other businesses out of business, then that's good for you.
Yeah, there you go. Then I don't care. Like I just said 2 things. I don't care. I don't care what the number is. It could be 300K for all I give a fuck.
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, right? I want to make sure that the businesses actually prosper in the city. And so I'm not going to go out of my way just to ruin somebody if they're actually trying. And it's the same reason why I reduced all like the tow shit, because I want tow companies to come out and for the state to subsidize like people that are doing it the right way, right? Instead of fucking moving around like local cars all day and printing $10,000 a fucking hour. So like at the end of the day, I have the steering wheel, and I do know that there's going to be a future man that can fuck with shit. So that's kind of where I come in to make sure that over the course of like the next 2 months that we make things grow, and wherever the holes are, we plug those holes up. This should be seen as a starting point. This is not like set in stone legislation. This is just to get the ball moving, because we've had no new businesses for months now.
And it's only 10% on the profit the business makes. It's not
correct.
Just like, yeah. So
That's what I'm saying. 10% of the profits. So whatever whatever you want to make the fee is, doesn't bother me.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter how much money the kebab shop makes anyway. You'll only be paying 50K because all the profits go to the workers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not even profit. It's salary. That isn't profit.
Yeah, but that's an expense.
Bro, Alan, you're actually so fucking stupid, bro. Honestly.
I think you might be the best business owner there is, honestly, Alan.
I think you're the reason why these legislations come into place.
So fucking dumb, bro.
Brother.
I think
what are you talking about?
like
so
nothing. You know what? Just let him. It's fine.
We're paying 70% of everything to our employees. That is expense. So only things that we get, we 3 of us, is gonna be
no, because we're an expense.
Tax, no?
That's ours. I'm so confused as to how that's gonna work. All I know is that we're gonna be paying 50 grand a week.
Yes.
Listen, it's your books, right?
But the thing is,
do
we
some dumb shit on the books, Alan, please.
Oh,
Get the business taken away.
Honestly.
Fucking idiot, bro. Just honestly, this is so. Just whatever they fucking want to tax you, they can tax you, bro. How much money you make from this place?
Okay, he's gone silent. We've pissed him off.
Fucking so stupid, bro.
on.
Penny pinching.
All right. Anyways, All right. Let's move on. I think. Does anyone have any other questions not related to boots then, or does everybody not give a fuck about the rest of the shit?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I walked out of the warehouse and it said vote no on something. I don't know what it was.
It's there's the Blaine County Sheriff's Office, Andy and the clowns are doing whatever they can to push the legislation back. They've said stuff like we need to show that Blaine County's doing more. They've literally strong arming the chief of police and myself to, like I said, control everything. They don't want civilians running air. They do not want civilians running the material shit. It's all what if someone does crime. From the words of Cassidy, and I can swear he said this, is that people are too stupid. It needs to be written and worked with the police. I you know, at the end of the day, they can suck my fucking dick. If you guys need things written, I'll do that. I need one thing I'm gonna request of you, Flippy, and this is what I'm telling every group. The shit that they pulled 2 days ago, as far as I'm concerned, was aimed at fucking over every single member of Los Santos for whatever their personal grievances are and to slow our development. And so if you can give me one person from your staff, they're going to have access to every piece of legislation. So if any one of you guys for any future legislation, like have a problem with it, you've got somebody that can help give the feedback. And in return, I'm hoping that every time this shit goes up, we vote yes, because the legislation will be, you know, reviewed by you guys along with other groups. I'm going to be rather transparent. I'm going to be trying to shut down every piece of legislation that's happening in Blaine County. I very strongly encourage you to also do the same, because the way that they have changed the system, the way they are mobilizing an entire police department to vote against everything Los Santos, we're not going to get anything done. It's going to be this meeting plus more votes every couple days.
All right. Sounds good.
Is this someone you got now that I can start sending all the legislation to?
We should probably talk about it.
Yeah. We'll talk about all that stuff.
Honestly, I would say Flippy, but Flippy gets lost in shit, and then it's probably better if we get someone that fucking.
It's gonna be a lot of words. Like it's currently like 80 pages.
I don't
of,
like words.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, just
Lily will
someone
do
that
it.
you
She
trust
loves
that
that
will
shit.
like literally
No,
be able to
no.
see all the legislation that's coming through.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Definitely, Ellen. He'd be super there.
Oh yeah, his expertise. Alan would be great.
Guys, come on. He's already
He hasn't
quiet.
said a word since we found out. Come on. Don't be nice.
Are y'all not looking to make a mechanic shop?
Hell no.
I think we have
so.
PTSD from mechanic shops with Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan's been doing it for too long, bro.
I don't know, Jordan. There's this nice place up in
Shut
Harmony,
up.
mister. Okay. Brian, are you
I'll
sure?
do it, Jordan. I'll do it.
Pointless.
Is there any legislation or things that you're looking to get done? Any problems? Like literally, we can change whatever the fuck.
What's the deal with the business deal? Like, I know with the growing the vegetables and stuff, I can't be like even employed there because I got a felon. Yet I could go and
Wait,
get
what? Employed where? Vegetable stuff?
Yeah, like
we
my
put
business
ingredients-
proposal for Hydra Agriculture.
Oh, that's why we need this passed. This all allows us to start approving businesses. The moment this is approved, we're literally going to spend like all our time approving and making sure businesses pop up.
Well, according to the way it was written, I don't know if it's changed or not. I haven't checked, but I couldn't have anything to do with it because I got a felon. And yet
No,
I could-
Los
I can own
Santos
a food
County,
stall.
unlike Blaine County, anybody can own a business.
Okay.
But the previous mayor, remember, I had a conversation with you. It said that for producers or suppliers or whatever, no felonies could be employed. Is that something that's like not a thing anymore?
Not anymore.
Oh,
In
perfect.
fact, I believe it's specifically written in the business proposal one that felons can own businesses. I'm not going to stop felons from owning businesses. It's fucking idiotic. You know what I mean? The only thing you need to watch out is like don't commit felonies in the business because that opens up for PD to try doing shit, and that's outside of my control.
That
The only
makes
thing
sense.
you'd be limited from is like, let's say you want to make like a fucking target range business where you can bring guns in or whatever the fuck. That probably wouldn't let you. Like that'd be prohibited because it's got firearms. One thing I'm gonna make note: there is currently legislation going up for interceptors and all kinds of other shit. Do not sleep on the shit that Blaine County is passing. This isn't some petty shit that I'm letting you know about. It's all enhancing the police department in various ways. Do keep an eye on it. And you guys do have the ability to shut any of that shit down. It's 25 signatures. That's it. Any other questions? Flippy, I'll give you a call later. If you can get me a name, like I said, I want to send you like all the shit. So like, you know, like your crew knows what legislation's coming in and what's coming out.
Okay.
If like this way, you know, if the 10% thing happens, you'll know like a week in advance that it's something that's being considered and you have somebody to, you know, flag that up for you. And please go and vote yes. The votes are up right now. Like I said, that goes, if that ends up getting ripped, well,
how do I know
everything's
what's
fucked
the
for a month.
what is that you want? Does this just say like fucking Los Santos or some shit?
Yeah, you're gonna see on the ballot and you just put yes on all of it.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
And it closes tonight. There's a lot of fucking cops that voting no on that.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Goodbye, sir.
Yo, Alan, how fucking stupid are you?
This guy said dividend.
Dividends, bro. You fucking dumb motherfucker. Do you know what dividends is?
Yeah, she is.
What does it mean?
Yo, listen. Lads,
say for
relax,
example-
relax. Just leave it.
Anya, I'll explain to you later on.
Thank you.
It literally doesn't matter for us because okay, all of the money that the business makes literally goes to all of the employees. So is everything not an expense?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the 30% that we share, no?
Why is that not our expense?
Is it our expense?
Why
Well,
not?
that's your payment, isn't it?
Could you guys
See
not,
what we're saying?
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
Could you guys just not cook the books to make it so that you guys aren't making profit?
Yeah, that's what he's
No,
talking about.
that we don't actually have to cook the books to do that because that's how we operate.
Yeah.
Every dollar goes to employees.
Yeah, true.
So there's literally no book cooking that we have to do at all. We just have to exist as we were.
So can someone wake Sergio up?
Yo. Sergio.
Wake up! Wake up! Oh, all right.
Go on, man. Go on.
It's okay,
Where
watch the
am
one,
I?
bro. You can be happy.
Oh, good one.
Good one, mister.
Okay, what are your thoughts? Again, like I said, it's kind of what Ryan said at the end there, right? Whether you see it this way or not, it's better to have like the mayor on our good side than not. And
Done.
it sounds like he's like more than willing to try to work with us with anything that we have issues with.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I still think
Amazing.
I still think he says a
Amazing.
lot of nothing, but I still think that there's no point going against him for a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of nothing is a lot of nothing. So until he gives us a reason to go against him, then there's no reason to do it.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
When it's explained like that, it's I don't think there's anything to worry about with the 50k or 10% or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Also, I don't know who the fuck you want to send, like, actually get legislation and give feedback to people.